Welcome to another video, and in this video, this is part one of a series on mental health. This is a very touchy topic in the world today, mental health, and maybe even men's mental health, but I think it's important that we talk about this kind of stuff. So, mental health. Everybody knows COVID-19. Everybody knows that everybody went through something, especially being a teenager myself. You go through a lot. And you went through a lot mentally, and you really didn't even know what you were experiencing. I was looking at a study the other day, and I kind of scrolled upon it. It really wasn't intentional, but it said kids' brains aged more during COVID than any other generation, and it's kind of crazy because when I think about it, if you go out and you look at a seventh grader or an eighth grader or something like that, or somebody who's in grade school, they look like they're 20. They're old. So, I mean, I don't know if that's maturity or kids became immature during COVID or something, but kids look older now. But talk about my story. So, COVID, I struggled with mental health. I'm gonna kind of go over a quick summary. I really don't want to go over a whole deep story. It might take a little bit of time, but during COVID, I struggled with mental health. So at this point in time, I was playing a lot of video games and stuff like that. Now I've quit them. And I was playing them for a while, and I kind of got to a point where I was going through a lot of weird thoughts, and I didn't really understand how to articulate them to people and whatnot. And so I was just struggling. I was really struggling with that. So I remember one night I was staying at a hotel, and we had to call the ER because my heart rate was up. I was I was having muscle spasms and whatnot, and that was really, really bad. I had never experienced that in my life, and for that on from 6 months, I was fine. I went to the doctor. She told me to exercise. That was the main thing she told me to do. But from that point, I was going through a lot of anxiety attacks. I was going through a lot of stress induced anxiety attacks and whatnot, and the main things were I was experiencing muscle twitches and muscle spasms, and I was also experiencing a lot of little things sleep paralysis. I had that for a while. Somehow I ended up getting myself out of it. It was kind of weird, but I had sleep paralysis, which was very, very scary for me. And that period, I definitely think changed my life because I just made me realize I really don't want to be in that kind of position. I'm not afraid of it. If it happens, I'll do what I need to do. But it's definitely something that I feel not a lot of people suffer with, and they think it's okay. And okay, it is okay to be anxious. It is okay to be stressed. I do think that it is okay, but I think it's not okay for you to knowingly know it. And it's you're stressed out 3, 4, 5 years on end. You just don't even know, and you're not even doing anything to fix it. It's why would you want to live like that? Now, I'm not into the whole lovey-dovey, passion-filled kind of crap, that's the kind of stuff. I'm more of the type of person who's emotions don't matter. But when it comes to stress, I think that's the biggest thing of if that's the one thing you need to deal with out of all stress and anxiety, keep that at a low. Keep your cortisol level low. It's low. So this video is focused on how to start exercising. I think this is a question that a lot of people have because, when I first got into the gym, I really didn't know how to start exercising because people were, I don't know, I'm not going to blame this on other people. It's I just didn't know what to do. You kind of go in there, you just start lifting weights. You really don't know anything. So this is going to be a video for how to exercise. So to me, working out is important because it trains your body to move. We grew up in societies where we were constantly moving. I don't think we sat down in chairs this much until we got into the Industrial Revolution, and in the last 200-300 years, I'm pretty sure people literally walked a lot more than they do now. I mean, we live in a society where most people are obese and things like that, and it's a problem. People don't walk as much, people don't exercise as much, and I think it's very important for people to at least get some type of physical exercise every day. So when it comes to exercising, you need to figure out a couple things. First thing, what are you optimizing for? This is a question that I found from Alex Hormozi, and I think it will be very beneficial for me and for other people to look into that. What are you optimizing for? Are you optimizing for strength, speed, hypertrophy, etc., etc.? These are all technical, but if you know, it will aid you a lot in the process of trying to figure out what you're trying to do. If you're doing hypertrophy, you may want to do more sets. If you want to do strength, you may do more like higher sets, lower reps, like kind of things like that. Me personally, I just go into the gym, kind of have like a little bit of a regimen, kind of do the kind of same exercises, and that's what you want to do. My recommendation and my main tip for learning how to exercise is for you to go in the gym and go try out every single machine in there, every single thing. Pick the machines that you like the most, write them down, and always do those. And as time goes on, narrow the list till you just start doing the same things pretty much every week, and it's just enjoyable. That's that simple. I would find workouts that you find to be niche. I would go in there and find workouts that you find to be very much for you. Because you can go online and you look up like what are the best workouts to do this. I would do that, but at first I would definitely go try out every workout on that list. I've done that. Try out like and really you have to have a level of discernment to know like which workouts you're not going to do. Like if you see like a kettlebell workout, you might not want to do that, right? But if you see like a workout that's like, oh, I'm going to do like some new form, like new type of squat or something like that, go try it out. Why not? So that's how you exercise.